Hello everybody, I am Lorena and I am here with Margaret that came from New York to Italy to treat her CRPS. How are you doing, Margaret?
I am doing okay. It was a very busy week, but everybody here has been completely wonderful, helpful, friendly. Lorena has been amazing, carting me around all over the place, and today I'm doing okay. Yes.
Yes, this is your last infusion.
Yes.
So how did it started? Your CRPS story, how did everything went on?
My CRPS started on May 21st of last year. I was in a very bad car accident and I shattered my radius and ulnar in 2 places and had to have titanium plates and screws that pretty much run almost the length of my right forearm. And I only had a soft cast and it was off in 2 weeks, and started occupational therapy and everything was going well. And then around probably almost exactly a month after the accident, the CRPS set in and everything kind of got stiff. I was getting very bad swelling in my hands and they were changing colors, but basically my arm went stiff from my shoulder down, my skin was waxy, and I started getting pretty intense nerve pain.
Why you decided to travel so far from your country?
Because I thought that I needed something else to give me that extra push into remission. So physical therapy and occupational therapy and movement, I would say, are very important. And for me, like stellate ganglion blocks were helping as well, but I did not want to take other drugs. I didn't want to do ketamine drips or take prescription painkillers or take medications like gabapentin. I just kind of refused to do something, and I wanted to find something that incorporated both Western medicine but other treatment modalities as well.
Yes. And how did you find out about this treatment available in Italy?
One of my original occupational therapists, they were actually the ones who said, I think you might have CRPS, and told me to talk to my doctor about it. And once I had the diagnosis and we knew what it was, one of them told me about a man that she had been treating that did the treatment in Italy, and he was doing very well. So that's how I found out about it. We kept researching it. We kept researching other treatments and in the United States, and I wasn't feeling comfortable with some of the other ones. One in particular didn't sound right to me, and then another said that sometimes it could make it worse, and I felt like I don't want to make it worse, and I knew there were really not, like, this can't make it worse.
Sure, no, not at
yes.
all. It is very, very, very safe.
Yes.
So, how was all the process for you to travel here, going through this week?
It was nerve-wracking at first because I was traveling alone. My husband couldn't come for a few reasons, mostly for work. And so this was my first time traveling to Europe by myself, which I think was good for me because I get nervous when I'm traveling. So now I know I can do it by myself. But really, MTI takes care of everything. They pick you up at the airport, they bring you to your hotel, they show you how to use the treatments that you use in your hotel. They pretty much do everything. Your hotel, your meals, it's all covered except for any things that you decide to do on your own.
Yes, sure.
But everything is covered and taken care of. And if you say that you're having another issue, like I was having some issues with swelling in my feet and legs, they were able to give me some medication to help me with that.
And getting new shoes.
And getting
Better
new
shoes.
shoes. And getting new shoes.
Better shoes.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was key. So, and everybody's been helpful and great at answering questions and making suggestions for when I get home.
Yes, and we will keep in touch in the
Yes.
next months, even longer, to check on
Yes.
you and see how you are doing. So you have been receiving a lot of information during these days. How do you feel about it? Do you think that they are useful, that they are too much? Because
No, well, I personally restricted myself for looking up too much online about CRPS, because when I did, and when I would read things about people who had it and what happened to them, it would make me more nervous. I would say that if you have questions, ask a doctor. And if you find a doctor who's not familiar with CRPS or is telling you this is all in your head or there's nothing wrong with you, find another doctor and keep going until you find somebody that you're comfortable with. I was lucky in New York where I live that most everybody I came in contact with knew about it. Even my dentist was familiar with it. So nobody ever said anything to me or made me feel that way. Wait, what was the question again? It went out of my head.
no, the question was about all the information.
Oh, all the information.
That,
So no, it's very good. I wrote down a lot of questions and I asked them of the doctor, and I have ones for the nutritionist and for the health coach, because it is very interesting about what they're telling you about diet, which is something I started to incorporate more at home, eating more cleanly, not eating so much sugar, which I am doing here, but when in Rome.
here you can. In
Yes,
Italy for these few days you
when I go back
can.
home, I'll go back. Cutting out sugar. I don't drink coffee or alcohol personally, just because it doesn't agree with me, but eating more cleanly has helped. So the information is a lot, but I think that it's easy to take in, and I think it will be important for me to incorporate all of that into my life when I get home.
Perfect.
Yes.
Do you have any other suggestion or information that you like to share with people, maybe with other patients or anyone that could be involved somehow with this disease?
Yes, I would say that, and I was guilty of not doing this at first, because I think when you have so much pain, you guard your limb. You don't want to move it. You're so afraid of the pain. Also, holding your breath because you're waiting for that pain to come. The more movement that you do, the better it gets and the less pain you have. For me, occupational and physical therapy were helpful. Cranial sacral therapy were helpful. I've heard from quite a few people that acupuncture is helpful too, so I think that is something that I will start when I go back home. Diet, drinking a lot of water, exercise, which, for me in New York, it was harder in winter and my limb does not like the cold, so it was a little bit more difficult, but keeping it moving. I know it's hard to keep your mental state up. See a therapist every week, online, in person. Talk out your feelings with other people. Share your feelings with your partner or your family. It's very important not to hold it in, because stress does make it worse. And if find the best doctors for you, for your treatments. Call up different places, email them. Have you treated CRPS patients before? Even your occupational and physical therapist, make sure that they know about it and how to treat it, because that's very important. And make sure it's somebody you feel comfortable with, because I did have a certain doctor I did not feel comfortable with, and I looked for somebody else and found a great one that I feel that he had really helped me and gave me very good information. If anybody suspects that you have it and you have the symptoms, get it diagnosed early, and that's a very important thing as well, because getting your diagnosis early is
very important. Yes.
For your recovery and going into remission.
Yes.
Yes.
How did you find the clinic and all the doctors that you met here, doctors, nurses? Did you find any differences between here and the States?
Everybody has been wonderful. They took a lot of time to listen to me and answer my questions and hear my story and any other problems that I might be having. I would say that, like, I'm not having that issue now, but I had an issue with the first doctor I went to, who kind of said, well, you had CRPS, and had his hand on the door ready to leave without, like, my being able to ask questions. And if that happens, leave and find somebody better. That is exactly what I did, and I was so lucky to really find some amazing doctors to work with who understood and got it. And take treatments that you feel comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with something, ask them what the alternatives are for you. I would say you have to be comfortable with what you're doing, what you're taking into your body. And even when you're in physical therapy or in occupational therapy, if there are certain movements that they're telling you to do and that is aggravating your nerve pain, tell them, because they will find an alternative for you. And it's very important to communicate everything with every one of your doctors, therapists. Tell them, hey, this is causing the nerve pain to get worse or making it flare up. And they'll say, okay, we're going to take that out and we'll do this instead and see how that goes. So it's very important for you to do that with your doctors, with your therapist, and don't just say, because this person is saying, I need to take these drugs or I need to have a spinal, implant. If you don't feel comfortable with that, which I didn't, find somebody who you feel comfortable with who can tell you, well, you can do this and you can do this and you can do this. Get as many options and opinions. Get second and third opinions, which is what I did, and find what you feel comfortable with and the treatment that works for you.
Very good, very wise. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are, today is the last day for you, then you will still spend some days in Italy.
Yes.
What do you think about Italy?
Oh, I love
You like
Italy. I love Italy. I'm ready to move here,
How was the hotel, the food, the sightseeing?
Yes, the hotel and the food was really nice. Even the people in the hotel knew about my treatment, and even the waiters in the restaurant were like, you need to be sure you're hydrating and drinking a lot of water for the treatment, and because right now it's very hot here.
Yes.
So they were helpful with bringing me ice packs when things were swollen, or more water when I need to my room. Or the one night that I felt very sick, they brought me room service and so they were very helpful. I felt like at first I wished that the hotel were closer to the city center, but now I feel like it was so much quieter that I felt like that's what I needed. I needed the quiet and I needed the calm. And the rooms are huge in this hotel, so you have plenty of room, and the treatments in the room are easy to use, and I do feel like they help.
Yes, you had been using the light therapy and the biophysical treatment.
Yes.
How have they been? Did you enjoy them?
Yes, they're very good. I feel like they've been helping with the pain, the swelling in my feet and legs, which is something that's never happened to me before, and helping with the pain in my wrist. That is one of the worst, and the outer forearm for me, and the biophysical therapy that's underneath your mattress. I can feel it working. When there are certain areas that I have pain, I can feel it. So almost at the beginning, sometimes you feel a little bit more pain, but then it subsides. And I also was able to sleep so well here, which at home, I almost never sleep well anymore because of this and because of this. So that was, just to be able to sleep was a
great success.
Oh my God. Just to be able to get a good night's sleep, it was so important. It was amazing.
Good.
Yes.
So thank you very much for being here, and most of all, best wishes for your healing from all of us, and be ready to keep in touch long time.
I will.
We want to know how you will be doing.
Telling you everything and asking questions. And
we are always available and happy. You know, this is part of all the process. We consider it very important, so we really enjoy to keep in touch with people and knowing.
Yes, that was one thing that also made me choose here, was that every question that I sent at the beginning when I was decided was answered for me. They didn't leave anything out, and that they required medical information. I had been in contact with other places that they didn't even see my arm or my x-rays or want my blood test or medical history or my x-rays or pictures of my arm. Nothing, just talking to them on the phone. Well, okay, you can come and pay us. I did not feel comfortable with that. Then I thought, that didn't seem right to me. But here, they required that. So it's medical treatment, and they want to see that if maybe I have some underlying condition that means that I can't handle this. So they required all of those blood tests and urine tests and x-rays and medical background to be able to see if I would be able to handle this treatment. That was one of the
we are very strict on this.
Yes,
yes.
That made me decide.
You're very strict.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. Okay, so let's enjoy the last part of the infusion.
Yes.
And best wishes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Lorena.
Thank you
to everyone here.